that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
And so here's Phoenix. Tony Wrote missing his last shot. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Noel. Offensive rebound. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the night.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy, because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Here's Big Daddy. 18 points for him. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. And Tony Wroten gets the whistle there.
That's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Kendall Marshall's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Big Daddy. Phoenix, no good that time either. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
Well, Kevin, they're out to a 2-0 lead in this season series. I asked them what's enabled them to control this matchup, and he told me their interior defense has been a big factor. He said, we have the length and timing to send back our fair share in the middle. That provides an important deterrent for us, denying easy buckets inside. Guys, we'll see if they can keep that paint locked down in this one, too.
Wonderful, Doris. Thanks. They're thinking about their defense right off the bat here.
Yeah, great thought, really, to have coming out of the locker room. Worry about making stops first and foremost. Let the offense take care of itself.
Yeah, I agree somewhat, but at some point you've got to do some work offensively as well. They can't rely on defense alone. They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
What a pass by Marshall. That's outstanding teamwork.
For the Phoenix Suns, they're coming off a good outing against the Magic in Orlando.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
Timeout call for Philadelphia.
Timeout. Start it.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. Landry comes in for Noel. And Stauskas subbed in for Hollis Thompson. The pass to Booker. Here's Big Daddy. Off the pick. Rebound by Marshall.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Suns leading by 14. Here's Big Daddy. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Big Daddy's got his first bucket in this one.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They have got to figure it out.
The 76ers making a switch here. Cannon's checked in. Morris is checked in for Phoenix. Knight comes in for Booker. For 3, Stauskas. Shot is off. And Phoenix the other way now.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. A bit of a slow start to the career of Nick Stauskas. Was a highly touted rookie a year ago, but had a hard time finding minutes early on last year. That will change as he becomes more experienced.
Landry no good. Phoenix leading by 17. Here's Cox. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Cannon can't hit. And Clark, fast break points aside, they've had a tough time offensively.
Yeah, the half-court offense, that attack has really been pedestrian, even lackluster, if you will.
Yeah, trust is what they're missing, guys. You've got to keep moving the ball and shoot with confidence. Ultimately, things will happen well when you play together.
And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor. But last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Big Daddy's checked in for Phoenix. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
And back to Carl Landry, sophisticated scorer, a variety of post moves, a tough guy willing to play through pain, but he just never had the size or explosiveness to dominate. And now that he's getting a little older, that really has become an issue. And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Suns leading by 20. Here's Cox, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
You know, visiting Carl Landry again here. I mean, he's a role guy. He shoots a high percentage from the field, from the foul line, gives you a little nasty and edge down low. Yet you can't make him out to be more than he is. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
For Phoenix, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Second free throw, no good. Morris. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
6 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Cox. He got it! That is one fantastic buzzer beater!
He hit that shot like it was nothing. Just another day at the office.
That is what you call much in the clutch.
And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Suns?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Big Daddy is out there with Booker. Then it's Chandler. Then there's Bledsoe. And it's Gasol, and at the power forward position. Roden kicks to Thompson. Pass to Noel. To the left wing. And it's Okafor off the drive, and he gets it to go. Okafor's got 5 now.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
Here's Cox. And the rejection by Noel. 5 to shoot. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Goes back up. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. And for Coach Hornacek, Greg, you learned from one of the toughest coaches as a player. You know, several trips to the finals. And you know this guy well, Clark. Jerry Sloan was the guy that molded Jeff Hornacek.
One of the outstanding coaches in the history of the NBA, Jerry Sloan. Although Hornacek saw all that success in Utah, this is a homecoming job for him because he started his career in Phoenix.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
Okay. Getting a little physical. I like that. I like that reference.
Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
Suns leading by 20. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Isaiah Cannon, he's checked in for Tony Roten. Big Daddy's checked in for the Suns.
Timeout for the 76ers.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated into how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while, an international player. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor, something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
From deep, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting reports?
Got that one up quick. And that's now 33 points for Big Daddy.
And what